Hello, friends and family. Thanks for stopping by with me today. It's Sunday and it's a beautiful day today. I wanted to do my first book review on this channel, and I've got a book that I am really excited about. It's called The Women Jesus Loved by Jonathan Williams. And this book, let me tell you, it's good. It's fascinating. And it takes you so deep into the lives of the women that Jesus had this relationship with that it makes you understand, and things become so much more profound when you read in the scripture his relationship with these women. Um, here's an example. I was going to tell you a little bit about the woman with the issue of blood. Back in that culture, a man could have divorced her and married another woman because she had this medical problem. People would have to cover up water if she was anywhere near, and there's just more and more. I could go on, and I am going to read you just a short passage out of the book. But at first, I also want to mention some differences in our culture even now, even in this day and age. In our Western culture, forgive me for being blunt, but it's not unusual for people to talk about sex any hour, any day. But if you talk about menstruation or even things like menopause, it's completely taboo. People don't talk about it. And in Eastern culture, it's the complete opposite. People talk about a woman's menstruation and things of that nature, and those issues are very public, but sex is something that they keep very private. And I found that rather interesting. I'm going to read you something that's in this book, and this is part of the historical cultural context that makes you understand more why this was such an issue for this woman. This is what the Romans believed, and this is from that era. They believed that contact with the monthly flow of a woman would turn new wine sour, make crops wither, kill skin grafts, dry seeds in gardens, cause fruit to fall from trees, and dim the surface of mirrors, dull the edge of the sword, and the gleam of ivory. They believed that menstruation would kill bees and rust iron and bronze. Dogs that came near went insane, and their bite became poisonous. One thread from one garment worn by such a woman would do this. She could turn linen black by touching it, but she could drive away hailstorms and whirlwinds if she showed herself unclothed when lightning flashed. If she walked through a field with her robe above her belt, bugs would fall off the ears of corn. But she must not do this at sunrise, or the crops would die. This is how people thought. Thus, a woman, such as she was, would cause anxiety in a crowd, and it would reinforce her isolation. That helps you understand a little more why this woman was suffering so. This means that she could not even so much as share a drink with somebody, and this had been going on for many years. She could not fellowship with them. She could not eat with them. She could not go to synagogue. She was not allowed to speak to a man unless they spoke to her first. This poor woman I don't even know how she ate or survived. She was a complete outcast, as much as a leper was. She was not allowed to be in that crowd, and she was not allowed to either approach Jesus or even touch him. If she did, it would make him what they considered to be ceremonially unclean, and he would have to go wash himself and keep away from people for a period of time. That poor woman suffered greatly. So that if you think about all these things with the cultural differences and their beliefs of that time, this poor woman suffered just unimaginably. And understanding these things and reading more about what was going on in the book gave me a great deal of just wonder and amazement over the story that we are being painted in the scripture about what he did for this woman. He set her free. He set her free from her rejection and all the I don't even know how to say it, isolation. She was completely shunned by society. He gave her her life back. It was more than just a healing. He healed her heart. He brought her back into society. He brought her back where she could go to synagogue again. She could marry if she wanted. And she could partake in meals with other people. Jesus is a miracle worker. What he did for this woman, he can do in our lives. I hope that you understand the message I'm giving you, and I do actually hope that you read this book. I'm going to try to put the link from Amazon on the video. I haven't done it before, but I'm going to give it a shot. Check out the book. I just happened upon it. I like to buy Christian books, and I read quite a bit. And this, I can't say enough good things. It has given me so much more insight about the culture that was surrounding these women and why he did such a great miracle and liberation for them. I hope that your day is blessed. I hope that you find some time to find joy with God today. As always, God bless you.